I've got kind of a related question with you. Jalen Noel has just gone back up to the NBA.
Yep.
He's been shuttling this year.
Yep.
Do you watch his progress, and did you have any input on what he decided last year?
We had spoken to the family, talked to Jalen, and they decided to go. And I'm a big believer in making your dreams come true. And Pac-12 Player of the Year, and it was his dream, and so we were so proud of him and excited for him. And sometimes it's hard to make those decisions, but they felt that was the best decision. And to see him play in the NBA and make his dream come true when he was here for the All-Star break, I said, "Your dream's coming true." He says, "Coach, man, it's unbelievable. My dreams are coming true." And so that puts a big smile on our face and their family. It's awesome.
So do you typically play an advisor role? Because you might have a couple more players.
Sometimes I think it's just one of those things just to communicate like where they're at, what feedback you get when you put your name in. You get feedback from the NBA, and you just take them through the process. And so, like anything, most of the time it's a family decision, and you're just there to give input on where you stand on college and in pros.
Looking at film from the Cal game versus looking at film from the Stanford game, what were the differences?
I thought the ball movement against Cal was, it was really good later in the end of the first half, and you made some shots. We got some better open shots. Amir got hot. Raekwon got it in transition. J-Mac had 5 assists early. The ball was popping. And it all started with our defense. I felt like our defense at Stanford, there was too many holes in it. I didn't feel like it was as good as it needed to be against them. And I thought that was the biggest difference, because sometimes your best offense comes out of your defense. And we were able to get in rhythm, get in transition, and when we got in transition, we made some open shots. And it sounds so simple, but it's really true. You're always going back and seeing how many, did we get good shots, did we get bad shots? I felt like against Stanford, we took a lot of one-on-one contested shots late, and you're never going to shoot good percentages with that.
How is the defense different with Isaiah on the wing as opposed to Jason?
It's different. Isaiah he's so disciplined on certain things, and so when we say, in the defense for the forward, it's a different responsibility, and he takes a lot of pride on that. And we also become really big. When you have Sammy and him in the game, Jaden, you're big along the front line. You've got good rim protection, and Sammy knows the defense so well that he knows how to get to the corner. He knows some of the reads where some of the younger guys, sometimes there's some delays there. And so that came out of the Stanford game because we couldn't play Hamir and we couldn't play Nate. I think that's another thing. I think the importance of a guy like Hamir Wright, a lot of people were down on him. At the beginning of the year, he's shooting over 40% in the Pac-12, and I think having that stretch four, someone who can space the floor and still give you size on the defensive end is huge. Him making those early shots, I thought, was huge for us.
Do you see guys through their careers like Sam who get to the finish line and you just, light bulb comes on, they do all these heroic things in like their last 2 or 3 home games?
Sammy is a guy, obviously loyal, stayed with us when he could have left, won a lot of games for us. I can always remember the Kansas game and, the celebration and what he did, helping us win there, helped us win a lot of games that year at USC that year, had a reverse dunk. He had so many great moments. Last year, I can remember going into the UCLA game, and Coach Dollard worked on him on taking this charge because this certain player was going to go this certain way and read it, and Sammy got it, and the place just boomed like it was like a nuclear bomb went off in that arena. And seeing him right now, the around the back pass and playing with a lot of confidence and getting the opportunity, I think that's a big part of it. He's gotten an opportunity now. We're the coaching staff. We believe that we can play 2 bigs together, and Isaiah out there, and you've seen some results there. And Sammy's a guy who just needs that confidence that sometimes a player like myself, I would always do a little bit. But once you see that consistency and that spark like you're seeing now, it only helps us, gets the crowd involved, and it brings positive energy in the building for sure. Fan favorite, right?
How important is it for a program to have, going back to players like Joel, Noel, and also having Sam, just complete different guys that maybe one and done, but guys some that stay 4 years. How important is that for a program?
I think it's important to have guys that, and all our guys, it's all about the team. That's the thing that makes Sammy special. Sacrifice for the team. What does the team need? Even if it might be less minutes for him and more minutes for somebody else, he's always been team, team, team. And when you have, when you want to have greatness in a program, you got to play for something greater than yourself. Sammy doesn't necessarily, he actually not only does it, but actually believes in it, and then his actions show that. And makes him a great leader, makes him a great representative of what we do, and it's a guy who also pushes the culture forward in terms of the way it should be done with the winning teams. And he's been incredible for us.
How's Marcus changed or improved since you earned his red shirt to now?
That's a good question. I think the biggest thing is, in a basketball sense, I think it's now he's got so many game reps that what's a good shot and what's a bad shot. I think when young players play and the pressure starts to come, you end up going into high school mode, which you end up doing what? I'm going to go make the play. I think he's showed a lot of poise. He's understanding what a good shot and a bad shot for this team is. He's shooting exceptionally from the three-point line. And sometimes he'll force it a little bit, but his ability to score at the end of shot clock, I think, is really good for us. He's improved defensively, and he knows our offense better. When you have, it's funny, we talked about the year before with our guys. I could not run a play that we have in our playbook. I didn't run it for like a month and a half, and we're in a game, and I'm like, whatever, I'll make up a name, like box curl. And those guys get right into it, and they run it. With young guys, you could draw something up and go there, and they'd be like, where am I supposed to be? And so the simplification becomes different, right? There's less you can run, but you have to run those better, and Marcus has really improved on that. And so, and that's only you can get from experience. So I've seen a lot of improvement there, and, still has a long way to go, but really, really proud of him.
What do you guys need to do better against the Cougs this time, defensively?
You got to find C.J. Ellaby. I don't think he's one of the best players in the league, local kid. He's had some great games against us last year. He had 28 here or 26. He had a big game against us down there. We've got to do a better job. Scorers are always going to score their points. You just got to make sure that they shoot less percentages. And, they did a good job on the glass. We got to rebound better. Those guys went really hard at the glass, got some extra baskets. And so, it'll be a great test. They're a good team. Kyle Smith has done an incredible job. It's been great for our league, which I'm so proud of, saying that I coach in the Pac-12, seeing what the league is doing nationally. And, wish we were having a better year to be able to produce that as well going into those things. But, Kyle's done a great job. It makes for a great college basketball because without great rivalries, that's what makes college sports so special, and it should be a great game.
You mentioned rebounding. Rebounding numbers have been better lately. What do you see as been making the difference for you guys in that area?
Focus, practice, understanding now. It goes back to like rebounding. We in zone your rebound areas, and so just like you have to know your area here, shot goes up, you have to defend your area, and that's where youth sometimes you stand, you watch, you don't react and play. There was one coach who said, when you think, your feet get slower, and so now they're starting to do it with the reps and they're playing in comfort. They start to do what? You start to just react rather than, okay. You start doing it, and that's what you're seeing more of.
Mike, when a team gets on a losing skid like you guys were on until Saturday, it's easy to become uncompetitive.
Yeah.
I think why has that not been the case with your team? Because outside maybe Colorado, you guys have been in seemingly every game up until, with that one exception.
I think, like anything, you just surround yourself with great people. I got a great staff and that work with these guys on a day-in day-in basis. I think it also goes back to the character of your guys. You guys are going to talk to Sammy and, Isaiah, people that are, Sammy's used to winning, he's competitive. Guys want to win, and so that's never been the case. We've been in every game that we've played. We're going to fight till the end. But I think the staff has done a great job. I think the leadership in the locker room has done a great job. Upperclassmen, those types of things are what matters, and shows a lot about the character of the kids.
Last one, guys.
We've always asked players, give us the best Mike Hopkins story.
Yeah.
Can you give us your best Sam Timmons story?
I tell you, the one I'll always remember is we were playing at USC. It was our first Pac-12 game, and his father was here. And he went through it, and it was one of those games that was like magical because we didn't. I mean, we got this team. We're playing our first Pac-12 game. They're good, and we go in there, and it's just this. The ball's moving. We're getting inside, and Sammy gets a pass on the baseline and just goes up and reverse dunks it, like a reverse, not like a normal, boom. And I remember we went to a restaurant after. And everybody was like, damn, what the hell got into you? That was unbelievable. And Sammy goes, I bet my dad I was going to do it. True or false? I told my dad I was going to do it. He asked for one. And so, those are the things, listen, there's so many games that you go on. And, I was an ex-player. I never really, really thought about the games. I just thought about my experiences, like at a restaurant with your guys or in the locker room or, doing something stupid. It was never the games. It was the experience of being with a band of brothers trying to do something special, And Sammy's been as special as anybody we've had in the program, and proud to call him our own.